What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. This weekend, we got round 3 of Supercross back in Anaheim, Angel Stadium National. And we're going to do a little track walk. Been trying to branch out and do a little bit of different content lately. So if you guys like it, please let me know. Liking and subscribe wouldn't hurt. And if you don't like it, feel free to talk some smack in the comments. Let me know what you don't like. You ain't going to hurt my feelings. But we should have a decent track this weekend. A couple things I see that I haven't seen in a couple years that I'm excited about. So let's go ahead and get on into it. On this far end of the stadium, we got the start. I believe this is supposed to be the final split start of the year, which is definitely a positive because Anaheim won. It wreaked some havoc on the field. And if I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, I would bet on more carnage headed into this first turn this weekend. The split start just funnels them in there, kind of funny, and it's not a very long start straight either. So short start straights headed into 90s can always be chaotic. And then you add in the split start factor, I think we could see some bodies hitting the floor. And maybe this is just my personal PTSD talking, but the first turn is not that far away from the wall, so really hope we don't see anybody head from the window to the wall this weekend, but you never know. Out of the first turn, we got a rhythm section, which is apparently brought to us by Monster Energy, just like every other damn thing in Supercross. It looks like on the way in, we got a little speed check roller, and then we might see triple on, off, double out, maybe even a massive kahuna, quad in, triple out, but that one's a little bit doubtful, but we saw some quads in San Diego, so it'd be cool to see some big lines. Out of this first rhythm, a nice 180 left bull turn, a perfect place for a Vincent, but I think he'll be at Arena Crash this weekend, then into a basic Supercross triple. And I'm really glad to see that this is the only Supercross triple on this track. Obviously, these jumps would be huge for the average guy, but for the best in the world, it's just super basic and easy, and only putting one of them on the track leaves a lot of room for other obstacles that'll actually separate. After the Supercross triple, another 180 bull turn to the right this time into a very unique looking section. We got 6 jumps to start the rhythm, and then we got a little bend in the middle with 4 more to finish it out. Looks like a big line, could be triple out of the corner, then triple again into the bend, maybe a quad single out, but tripling into that transition where it has a little bit of a bend looks a little awkward. So just one lapper's prediction, but I think we'd maybe see a double in, then triple on, off, double, or after going 2-3 in, then maybe you jump over the tabletop, then triple out. And one thing I really like about this is it looks like there could be a variety of lines depending on how it's built on race day. Sometimes these little bends in the rhythms don't work and they make it even more one line, but I'm just a fan of seeing different things at this point, so I'm excited to see how it works out. And I believe the last time I saw one of these bends, it bent to the left and then turned left, but this time it bends to the right and then turns left in a 180 afterwards. So this could set people up for some block pass action, at least I sure hope so. Then out of this bull turn, looks like we got either a basic triple or maybe a 2-3-1. You never know what the Dirtworks crew, SMX track crew is going to throw at us. Out of the 6-pack rhythm section into a little 90-degree right, and then this is going to be a bit of a follow the leader section. Looks like just a basic 2-2, a couple of 3s, and then a tall 5, and then one more 3 at the end. So I'm not sure what more than double-double they're going to be able to do through there. Into another, looks like about a 130-degree right-handed bull turn into the finish line. Another 180 bull turn. We love these 180s. Let's see some takedowns. No choice, into a rhythm section. Looks like it's more than likely going to be triple onto the tabletop, step off, and then triple out. Would be wild to see maybe a quad over the tabletop on the way in, or is that even a quad? Please feel free to argue about that in the comments, and then a triple single out. Out of the rhythm, another about a 130-degree corner into a section that as a fan I love, and as a racer I would be shaking in my boots. Got a little speed check double, and then we got 2 sets of whoops, and I love that on the way into this you'll be able to click up a gear and hopefully carry some speed into these things. Definitely going to benefit some guys like Jet Lawrence who aren't afraid to turn on the afterburners and skip a whoop or two but still send it through there. So whoops, 180 bull turn, and then more whoops. Gotta love it. And as we heard from some of the guys that failed last week, they're now experimenting with 10 whoops in some places depending on how much space they have in the stadium, and I believe Anaheim's one of the bigger ones, so maybe we'll get lucky and see 2 sets of 10. But either way, I can't remember the last time I saw 2 sets of whoops back to back, so there's a good chance the race will be won and lost in these whoop sections. And it even kind of depends on how much they break down, whether you have to pound through and skim or whether jumping's a viable option as well. Cooper Webb, I'm looking at you. Out of the second set of whoops, we got what looks like starts as a bull turn and then it turns into a sweeper that leads into this little X Games step up over the tunnel. I wish they were going under that damn thing, but at least we got it in here somehow. And as basic as this thing is, I am really glad that it shoots back onto the start straight because that could open up some passing opportunities for the guys that are really good with the body English, that are able to get the wheels on the ground quick. Then you got that start straight to power down and try to get up next to the guy leading into this 90-degree first turn. And that's a lap for Anaheim, round 3. She's going down this weekend, and I'm optimistic about this one. I feel like it's going to be good. Love the 2 whoop sections, only 1 Supercross triple, a handful of rhythms, and even a little bit of a unique rhythm, a lot of 180 bull turns. And we know Anaheim always breaks down a lot, especially by the end of the night, so I really feel like we got a good one on our hands this weekend. But the best part about Supercross is we have no idea until the gate drops, so we're just going to have to tune in Saturday night to find out. I hope you guys enjoyed this little version of Track Walk. I enjoyed bringing it to y'all. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and yeah, bring on the races this weekend. Can't wait.